G'day, Recon's video on Sunday the 14th of January 2024, just gone 3:10 p.m. Chicago time. Do hope you are doing well. So apologies, this video is coming to you a little bit late on a Sunday. I find it a little bit difficult to dial in a decent schedule for putting out this weekend videos now that we're in the Hawaii time zone instead of the European time zone. But we do have a trading day holiday tomorrow. Tomorrow, Monday, is going to be Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so the market's going to be quiet or shut. So we've got a little bit of time to catch up on the charts. Anyway, so let's get into this. Is the weekend futures market recap, where I go through 15 of the largest futures markets and I show you what I am seeing on my charts. We're going to start off with the Emini, going from the daily chart all the way down to the 15-minute and the 13,500 tip bar chart, and then we're going to look at the 15 largest futures markets and see what signals are popping up on the tip bar charts. So we'll start off here with the daily chart of the Emini, traditional setup of the better indicators. Everything to do with price. On the right hand side, based on better sine wave, which is calculating the cyclical energy in 3 different time frames that allows us to plot support and resistance levels on the price bars themselves. And then the left hand side, we've got everything to do with volume. We've got better momentum, which is a volume based momentum indicator beneath the price bars, and on the price bars themselves we've got better pro-am, which is calculating the average trade size, and that allows us to identify professional and amateur activity. So we've been talking about the longer time frame charts on the Mini for weeks and weeks and saying we are in a confirmed uptrend. In terms of price and volume, they're both moving in the same direction in an uptrend, and that's why the background is printed in red. So this has got some time to run, because we've got now on the highest time frame a pullback support level come in, and we're playing this out, pullback to end of trend on that highest time frame. So this isn't going to be over in terms of this upswing until we have these thick lines go to plus 100, start to cross over, and then turn down. So we're in a confirmed uptrend. The background's in red, the bars are red. The only thing that we put in which could be a fly in the ointment is we've got a Rambo pattern with an exhaustion buy pattern. That tends to be unstable. We've had some amateur down bars last week into those lows, and we've bounced from there to form a little bit of double top at the moment. So the question is, are we going to have some weakness this week? And potentially we could see that as we go down through the different time frames. So we'll go to the 135-minute chart next. There are exactly 3 135-minute bars in a day session of the E-mini. Here you can see that double top with the Rambo patterns right at the highs there. Bang, bang, bang. Whole series of them. We've come back up to test. Momentum in terms of volume momentum is very weak at the moment, and we put in a little pullback to end of trend on this lowest time frame on the 135-minute chart. So potentially this is an area where we've got a left shoulder being formed. We like to see the pullback to end of trends. They tend to ripple through the time frame, starting with the lowest time frame, then going to the intermediate time frame, and then the highest time frame. You can see we've weeks ago we broke above all these 3 time frames, resistance on the low, the intermediate, and the highest time frame, and this is the first one where we've reached a pullback to end of trend. So it's possible that we'll see some weakness this week. If the market is still strong, we're going to bust through these Rambo patterns on Monday, Tuesday. Well, Tuesday's activity will just bust up right through that end of trend signal and go into another trending move to the upside. But it's possible that we'll find a little bit of area of resistance at this point, drop off until we find support on the intermediate time frame, when these 2 lines go to negative 100 and across, and we'll get a bounce from there. A 45-minute chart here, there's that double top, and we're starting to see the weakness show. We've got confirmed downtrend. We're in the dark here. We don't have confirmation from the 2 different trending systems. In terms of better pro-am, we're in a downtrend, but in terms of better sine wave, we're in an uptrend. So that's why the background is in black or dark, and it's a potential area where we might find the next re-entry point, continuation of this confirmed downtrend. And we would find that when we start to break supports and these price bars turn white on better sine wave. So we're about to form that pullback to end of trend on this time frame. It has formed already on the next highest time frame and the lowest time frame. You'll see that there. But on this intermediate time frame, we'll just need Monday, Tuesday's trade for that to signal as a potential end of trend there on that intermediate time frame on that 45-minute chart. So here I'd be looking for any breaks of the next levels of support for these bars to turn white as a potential entry. Here you can see the end of trends rippling through the time frames. You have a couple here. We have congestion, and then we move up to another pullback to end of trend. So that's a left shoulder, and then we're putting in pullback to end of trend on the intermediate time frame. We drop from there to find support on the highest time frame, and we'll put in support pullback to end of trend on that highest time frame next. So that's a potential scenario for Monday, Tuesday's trade. This finds a local high, a little bit of a double top, and we drop off from there. Go down to the 15-minute chart here. You can see, there we go, that's that pullback to end of trend. On the 15-minute chart, that's a pullback to end of trend on the highest time frame. Here we have definitely dropped off in terms of momentum and volume buying at this point here, but there were no blue professional bars at the highs. In fact, the last time the blue professional bars came in, they were on the dip here. So we could see some weakness for the professionals to step in again, somewhere between where we are and this 47.74 type level here, where we stair-step this trade back up again. So we'll wait and see for that. And then tick bar chart, a pretty messy week. We've been testing into these highs all around this resistance on this highest time frame here. Here we are breaking into a confirmed downtrend on the tick bar chart with the background in grey, and dropping through this support level 4800 will be important. We've got blue professional bars coming in at the end of Friday here, and we've stair-stepped our trailing stop on Better Pro-Am down. The last 2 or 3 days trading has been pretty junky here, just up and down, all cycling around this resistance on the highest time frame, and we've now put in support on the highest time frame, so we don't really have a conviction either way. We certainly haven't had blue professional bars come in at the highs here, so they're not taking profits necessarily, but they could force the market down until levels that they're happy to pick it back up again. So just wait and see, just to see where the professionals come in next. Anyway, to me, it just looks very balanced at the moment. We're waiting for a break either way, either a break up through 48.30, 35 up here at the highs, or coming through this 4800 level here into a nice little downtrend until the professionals pick it up at some better prices. So wait and see on the E-mini. So next we're going to look at the tick bar charts for signals on each of the 15 largest futures markets. We're going to start off with the Forex charts here with the Euro down here. We've had no signals on the Euro for the last 2 or 3 weeks here. So the Euro's just been doing nothing this week, backwards and forwards around this 110 type level. Not really blue professional bars at these lows down here. Not really blue professional bars at the highs. We've got some exhaustion buy, we've got some exhaustion sells down here, so we've got nothing going on in terms of Euro at the moment. So stuck in a range there, waiting for the next break. British pound, we had some signals the last couple of weeks short. We've come back up. Again, this week going nowhere, about 27.5. Blue professional bars, no, none at the highs, none at the lows. No exhaustion patterns really this week, so not much going on in the British pound. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar has broken into a downtrend here. Blue professional bars at the highs, and we've seen those the last time around here. A little bit of a stair-step trade at the highs. No blue professional bars at the lows. No exhaustion sell down here. We're in a downtrend because we're below Better Pro-Am. The bars are in white. So the Aussie dollar looks like it's kind of heading down until we have exhaustion sell patterns. And Japanese yen, we tried to catch around here at these lows. Not a whole bunch of blue professional bars at the lows though, and none down here. So we've just retraced a little bit. We're under the trailing stop, so technically that's in a downtrend on the Japanese yen until we see blue professional bars coming in at the lows. So that's not good for any of the Forex markets there. Now, 10-year, at least these look a little bit better. This week we had a signal long. We tested into these lows and we broke back up into an uptrend and broke above the trailing stop on Better Pro-Am. No blue professional bars come in yet, so we're still in an uptrend on the 10-year notes, which is good. And in terms of signals on the 13,500 with the E-mini, yep, we had signals the end of last week. We went long into those, but no signals short at this point because we haven't had exhaustion buy or bearish divergence. We've just dropped through this trailing stop here. So nothing going on there. Gold and silver. Well, gold, we had signals long this week, exhaustion sell, a bullish divergence, and we've rallied from there. Blue professional bars here, but we're bouncing back above the trailing stop on Better Pro-Am, so at least gold looks like it's heading higher. Silver, we didn't have signals at the low. We did have exhaustion sell, but no bullish divergence comes in there. Blue professional bars buy it up at that point. So we're stair-stepping our way up with Better Pro-Am. So that's looking like silver is wanting to rally. Bitcoin maxed out this week with this exhaustion buy bearish divergence. This is the weekend's activity. So Bitcoin's trading 24/7. So this is the end of the week on Friday. So we had short signals there at the end of the week, and we've sold off, and no blue professional bars at the lows. We're still in a downtrend on Bitcoin. I was actually trading Ethereum this week, was long all week, and then took profits on Friday. Bitcoin and Ethereum temporarily over the last few days have diverged in direction, but we had the peak in Bitcoin. What is that? On the 11th, 3 days ago, and the peak in Ethereum was 2 days ago. They're starting to line back up again. So that's Bitcoin and Ethereum. Crude. Now, what is happening in crude? So this week we had long trades at the beginning of the week in the markets. Very noisy, junky market. The last time we had blue professional bars, they were buying the dip though, which is good. We've rallied back up to $75. I think a lot of that's uncertainty is being driven by what's happening in the Middle East and the potential disruption to oil transportation around the Suez Canal. But anyway, so we've come back up into a little bit of a dip here. So let's see if the professionals step in at some point this week and hold that area for it to trade higher. Natural gas. Now, natural gas has taken off over the last week or two. We're back up at $3.40 almost. We signaled short midweek and a little bit later in the week, but none of those went anywhere. We've rallied back again. So blue professional bars test into the lows of those blue professional bars, and we've held. So that's interesting. No blue professional bars taking profits yet on natural gas. So that is still looking strong. And then copper. Copper's looking weak. So we continue to trade down and down and down. And we had signals at the end of last week going short. We had exhaustion buy, bearish divergence, just rolled over from there. And now we got blue professional bars starting to come in at the lows. But copper is still heading down. So that's just signaling a weak global economy with prices of copper going down. But the ags are starting to rally a little bit. So this week we didn't have signals, but down here at the lows we have some blue professional bars. We have exhaustion sell, bullish divergence. So we're starting to try and find a little bit of a low here in corn at 440. So wait and see if that signals this week. Soybeans, same thing, exhaustion sell, some blue professional bars. We've not traded back above the trailing stop here. So that's interesting for soybeans, and also wheat. Same thing, exhaustion sell, blue professional bars at the lows. We did try to signal earlier on in the week, but not enough blue professional bars to hold it here at that point. So let's see if we get signals in the ags this week. So there we go. Not really many signals showing up on these charts. We're a little bit in limbo in terms of the Emini going nowhere. Some of the Forex charts not really going anywhere. So let's see if crude holds and we press higher on crude. Let's see if some of these ag charts find a bottom and we get a signal from there. Potentially wheat down here, finding a low and rallying a little bit. But apart from that, we'll just have to wait and see how the week turns out. So there we go. I hope your trading is going well. Don't feel as if I deserve a day off on Monday, but the market's going to be slow on Monday. So let's wait and see until Tuesday, where things will really start to hot up a little bit more.